So you mentioned Natalie Cole a few times already, so I'd be remiss if I didn't bring her up, because obviously a big part of your notoriety comes through some of the work you did with her. Describe how you got to meet Natalie and just that connection. I think I mean, probably an over 10-year connection, I'd say, right?
Yeah, well, the first thing that happened, I was playing at a club called Dante's,
Hmm.
D-O-N, just
Okay.
um, and I'm playing one night, and there's this couple sitting there, um, and they invited me over, and hi, hi, see you later. Um, they were sitting there. Club was practically empty, as it always was. They're
Hmm.
sitting there against the wall. Waitress said they'd like to talk to me. Uh, they said they'd just come from a session with Natalie for some tunes, and they liked the way I played. They didn't like the way the other piano player played, whatever it was. Would
Yeah.
you like to come to the session tomorrow? And we'll give you. So I came to the session, and the first thing I saw was Route 66. I'm going, wait a minute, that's Nat.
Right.
He said, well, I know that. And then Straighten Up and Fly Right. Whoa, because I knew the feeling. I knew Lester Young. I knew Billie Holiday. I knew where to put the notes so that it felt that thing we were talking about from the beginning, that feeling, that magnets, you
Right. Right.
know, that sort of happened. And they liked it. They liked what I did. So I'm on this album. And I guess about 2, 3 weeks later, I, one of the few times I go back to New Zealand, and there's a couple of reporters there and people, oh, hey, how do you feel about being on the Unforgettable album? I'm going, um, what about? 'Cause it was a date for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
a couple of days. Suddenly, the Unforgettable album was like the #1 album in the world, and
Yeah.
you know, so there you go. And from that, when I was on the road with Natalie, um, she was asking around about arrangers and arranging, and she called me in with a couple of other guys, Jim Hewart, and she said, I want to try some different arrangers. She said the tunes. She said, what about Crazy He Calls Me? And I went, Billy, oh, Natalie, please.
Right. Right.
That was my first orchestral chart for
Okay.
Natalie, and from there, she hired me to do others. And so the saga continues.
Yeah, and I would imagine being that you were with her so long, a good person to work with and for.
Oh, she was wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful person. Yeah.
and lots of reflections on her father. Did she talk a lot about Nat?
Yeah, yeah. But she was at that moment in her life and my moment, we weren't kind of close. She was the star.
Sure.
I was the piano player, but it gradually got warmer until I had, I got a call from Charlie Hayden.